Glad to know you're still with us. And now with about 10 months to the general elections, the Ondo State Governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, has advised his party, the All Progressive Congress, APC, to avoid self-inflicted crises ahead of the 2023 general elections. He stated that the party ensured the principle of rotational representation guided its decision at the just concluded convention. The governor added that the national chairmanship position was zoned to the north, while all other offices were filed on that understanding. He therefore believes it is time for the party leaders to make a categorical statement devoid of equivocation or the pattern of succession. Akeredolu said it would be dishonest for anyone to argue against rotation at this period. Now, those are the statements from the Ondo State Governor. And now joining us, of course, we'll still have with us Dr. Dayo Kayode in the studio. Dr. Dayo, you've been itching to have this conversation, so let's just hear your thoughts on what you think, looking at the statement from the Governor of Ondo State about rotational zoning and also the need for, now you also mentioned that they should be specific. If they say going to the south, it should be specific what part of the south it's going to. So let's just get what you have to say.
Yeah, before I make my comment on that, let me first of all give some clarification.
Okay.
I'm somebody that doesn't believe in even federal character. Rather, I believe in capacity. Capacity. Endowed knowledge. When I say endowed knowledge, that is beyond what you can acquire from the four walls of the the classroom. Okay. Rather, it's inclusive of what I call native intelligence. Okay, that is, and that knowledge is a function of your educational qualification plus your native intelligence. Your native intelligence. You know, that is what I call endowed knowledge. Now, if you are talking of rotational presidents, to me, at this moment in time, at this moment in the history of Nigeria, we don't need a sectional president. We don't need a sectional leader. Rather, a national leader that will ensure, one, a cohesive and functional Nigeria. Two, a Nigeria that will evolve a workable system. And when I'm talking to evolve a workable system, that workable system will now be able to tackle our insecurity issue, our economic woes, tackle environmental issues, you know, even political issues, to the extent of building, start the rebuilding of the kind of foundation that will now lead Nigeria to the zenith that we're all looking for. That is what I'm saying. But if you are now to really evaluate Oluwarotimi Akeredolu's envisioned presidency, he has not been able to come out straight. Where should we go in that south? When you're talking of southern Nigeria, we have southwest, we have south-south, and we have southeast. If you are going to have also sincerity of purpose, as I mentioned the other time, sincerity of purpose, where should it now go?
Just to butt in, you don't think as the chairman of the Southern Governors Forum is just trying to be, in quote, fair in terms of the presidency coming to the south, regardless of the region within the southern Nigeria?
I do what?
You don't think he's just trying to, be diplomatic and fair about it rather than restrict his, selection process to that point? Because he's definitely influential within the forum as the chairman of the Southern Governors Forum.
As we are now, we need to talk straight. Not to talk by the side of the mouth. We need to talk straight.
Okay.
Because Nigeria as an entity now needs straight talks. Do you understand? 1999, Baba Obasanjo was elected. And he was there for 8 years. Okay? Baba Obasanjo is from Southwest. At that time, he was having a northerner, isn't it?
Yes.
As a vice president. Okay? A northerner.
Yes.
As his vice president, in person of Abubakar Atiku. The next person was Musa Yar'Adua. I think few years, about 2 years or so, being deputized by
a South
person, good Lord Ebele Jonathan. All right, Ebele Jonathan took over
6 years
from Yar'Adua. 6 years.
Had a northerner.
Deputized by
Namadi Sambo.
Another northerner.
Namadi Sambo.
Where was Southeast in all these calculations? For me, if we are to come south, then we should say, okay, Southeast. But then I also have a problem with the Southeasterners. And that's the truth. I won't say it anywhere. I also have a problem with the Southerners, Southeasterners. Not that we don't have a capacious person there. Not that we don't have people that can do it there. Okojo Iweala is from Southeast, isn't it? What's his name? Peter Obi is a Southeasterner. Okay.
Former Senate President is in the running.
Is that what?
Former Senate President is in the running. Pius Ayem Pius.
I wouldn't want to. Yeah, he can also run. Pius Ayem can also run. Do you understand? But you see, we are talking about people that are having endowed capacity.
Well, Gojawela is not contesting, by the way.
I'm only saying we have people there that can do it. But it's so unfortunate. When you now say, okay, we are zoning this into Southeast. Oh my goodness. You even see people from Ematori selling parts. You will see people that are even hawking on the express.
But they all have the right
coming out to say they want to contest.
Well, it's constitutional rights. Huh?
No, what I'm saying is, are they capacious enough?
Again,
will they give each other support? They don't give it. When it comes to business, yes, they support each other. You know why they support each other? Because this one will serve you. They will have used that person. Even the money they are giving you, you have already worked for it. But when it comes to supporting themselves, every one of them wants to be the leader. That is the only problem I have. If only the Easterners can come together and say, okay, we have learned our lessons. We are pushing forward. All of us are pushing forward. Maybe 1, 2, 3. Oh, it will have been marvelous.
Okay, let's look at this. I understand, the grievance with not, zoning it to the southeastern part of Nigeria. But again,
to me, I don't see it as a grievance, other than some people trying to come up with arguments that are not there. Well, if they are talking about civil war, can a single person fight a war? No, a single person cannot fight a war. They fought a war with another person. That person they fought war, that group they fought war with, has it not been presiding over the country? And then you are talking about how many years back? But can you remember at that time they now changed go on with one Nigeria. There was now a song there that Nigeria is a task that must be done. So why don't we put that one behind us? And that's why people are just coming up with arguments that are not supposed to be there. Well, they were more devastated in the whole country then. But see the way they have also grown themselves, especially in the area of economy.
I wouldn't want us to, delve back to the
we have to.
Dark age.
We have to because all this discussion we are talking about, is inclusive, so that some people's thinking can be changed, can be fine-tuned to let them know that one, a single person cannot fight itself. Two, we should allow bygone to be bygone.
Okay, let's look at it this way. Over time, what you've realized is from, Paris IM to Akeredolu to, David Mark now the North, and to the, possibility of Akpabio being the Senate president. The Southeast have been zoned, in terms of Senate presidency to the Southeast. I mentioned Paris IM and Akeredolu. Then,
what's his name again?
We knew
Dori Baba Basanjo's Ken Namani. Those are brilliant people.
Yeah, we knew how Akpabio had to defect to the ruling party. Unfortunately, he couldn't even win a senatorial seat, in terms of being the Senate president and all. But here's my take. If the Southeasterners are not being politically active on the scene to be able to rally that support, how then do you blame other regions of, the southern Nigeria in terms of not zoning presidency to them? You've just mentioned Peter Obi. Who else is, more capable within the Southeast that has shown interest and has been active on the scene? That's one. Two, of how much clout in terms of, the traction can such a Southeasterner also pull? Because in politics, it's all about the number. It's how you can pull the crowd. So don't you think all of... Well, I'm talking about politics within the Nigerian sphere of winning an election. Now, I understand the place of grassroots and all, but what I'm saying is, don't you think that for the Southeastern politicians that have come to the scene, they've not probably done enough in terms of gaining that grassroots and traction that will win them elections?
Let me tell you this. Politics involves a lot of intrigues. Okay? And... for your intrigue to come to fore, there are two issues: sophistication and sagacity. There are two different things. Sophistication and sagacity. Those of us in the South, we are highly sophisticated when it comes to political maneuvering. Okay, political maneuvering. But those of them in the North, they are highly sagacious. Do you understand? They are highly sagacious. And it is that their sagacity that they have been using to corner those of us that are talking of sophistication. Look at Baba Oluwarotimi, highly sophisticated. When Baba Oluwarotimi stand up to talk, you know that he is an orator. Can you point to me his ilk in the North in those days? Nobody. But who are the people winning election? That is to tell you.
Because they understand how to pull the crowd.
Now, that is to tell you that you can be educated and still be relegated. You can be educated and still be relegated. Imagine a professor of mechanical engineering who cannot remove ordinary plug of his car, and somebody on the street of Ladipo, small boy on the street of Ladipo, will turn an engine of a car inside out. Who will you give your car to? Who will be the one making the money? I don't know whether you understand my knowledge. Who will be the one making the money? And that's the way it is. Okay, let me also give you this. Look at the positions the Southerners have been occupying in politics ever since. But those positions, which part of the country have they been using it to develop? Which part of the country have they been using it to develop? Now there is now a train, a railway passing through Daura to Niger Republic. Why is the one that is passing through Lagos to Cotonou?
Dr. Dayo, now
I don't know whether you understand. Sorry, look at maritime university. Where? In the north. Do we have water there? Why is maritime university there? How are they going to practicalize what they are being taught? Where is maritime university supposed to be? And so many things like that. That's why I said you can be educated and be relegated. But
that will be the onus of the southeastern politicians to step up to the plate.
Not only southeastern, even the south, the entire south.
Well, but you've had southwestern leaders or politicians really rise to the occasion.
What have they used their positions to?
No, it's
I don't want to mention a particular road here, so that I won't be as if I'm referring to one of our former presidents.
It's one thing to use the position, but it's another thing to get to the position, which is the first thing to do.
What is the essence of going to politics?
Now,
what's the essence of being a leader?
Or
having a political appointment?
What would stand out is you contest an election to win. Then when you win
and
the
then
position,
to do what?
You now try to effect change. But the question is this:
not change. It's for development, not change whatever. It's for development. Have they been using it to develop their own environment?
Let's take this. The premise of this discourse is how can the southeasterners step up to the plate in terms of contesting and winning the presidency of the nation? And that's where I have issues with the fact that you've talked about, they're educated, they're sophisticated, but they do not have sagacity, they're not politically inclined in that sense. But my question is, that's not the fault of the northerners or the southwesterners who have occupied the presidency over the years. It has to be with the southeasterners who have not stepped up to know how to play the game. The game is the game.
Essentially, and that's why I said essentially, I don't believe in rotational presidency. Let whoever wants to be the president develop himself or ourselves, especially in the area of political maneuvering. Because politics is all about intrigues. Okay? So if you understand the rules of the game, you will be able to. Do you understand? And that should answer your question. The Easterners